George despises.
I
He
despise.
completely thinks that owner builders should not be a thing and that you should not be allowed to build your own home. Why do you believe owner builders should not be allowed?
They shouldn't be allowed at all because they are not qualified or educated or skilled enough to do so.
So trades are dodgy.
They're not dodgy.
Why?
They understand the game. They're going to come in and see Robbie, the owner builder, and go, okay, Robbie's not getting the same price as George. George gives me lots of work. George understands construction. George is going to be ready for me when the time is needed for me to come on site and build my frame. Not I have to babysit and hold his hand and tell him all these sorts of things. There was a house on my street that sold a few years back. We were looking at it. We were going to put in an offer. And then I found out it was owner builder. I pulled out straight away. There could be issues that come down the track. They won't know the waterproofing codes. They won't know 1,001 things.
So do you believe that
Yeah.
the country
Yeah.
would be better off if they said no more owner builders?
Yep.
I've got a story.
I've got some ears.
And I've mentioned it to you briefly, but we actually haven't spoken about it in person. Okay? So the other day I went camping and we got caught off guard. People didn't check the weather. 100-kilometer winds. Tents got busted.
Is that why you came back early? I was wondering why you came back early.
Yeah. So it's like horrible. Like, dude, like full on. Tents broke. My cousin had his awning open. The awning's metal. Snapped. Yeah, like full on. Anyway, so we came, but we disappeared to go get firewood, came back and everything. There was one person left on site. He almost died. And everything was just destroyed.
Where were you guys?
Yeah, he was flipping. We had there, no signal. And then we just hear on the radio, hey. I'm like, yeah.
Did it just come out of nowhere?
Winds. Yeah, it wasn't like that when we left. Anyway.
That's so good.
Anyway.
It's almost funny just to know that he was there on his own.
Yeah, he was there on his own, him and his two dogs. Yeah. and shout out to Ben. So we left and we're driving home. Okay. And we're driving home. There's 4 of us and everyone's in their own car because we went full driving there and stuff. I took the Ranger full driving for the first time.
How was it?
It's good. It's good. It's got some cool functions that I wasn't...
Capable vehicle.
It is quite a capable vehicle. And so we went and we're on the way back and I'm like, when I do highways, I generally sit just above the speed limit. Just like if I can chew 20 minutes off this trip, we were 4 hours away. And we're about 2 hours in and I come up over this hill and I'm doing about 115 in a 100 zone. And there's a cop there and I get pulled over. So as soon as they saw me, lights went on. They were driving, by the way.
Oh, right.
Lights went on, and I thought, ooh, have they caught me here? Like, surely not. Like, how can they scan you with the gun while they're driving? I don't know what's going on.
I think so.
Anyway, so I come up over that hill, speeding, and they pull me over. They come around, like they do a Yui, catch up, pull me over. So I pull over, and then she's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I had 2 women cops. She was...
I can't. Oh, sorry. You keep going.
Hey?
I was going to be sexist, but I shouldn't.
No, you should. Listen, I
Were they real cops? Were they pretending?
I don't know, but... So I get pulled over. She's like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I said, nah. I knew why.
Yes,
But I said, nah. And then she said, you were speeding. I said, okay. She's like, yeah. She's like, did you also know your vehicle's unregistered? And I said, what? And she's like, your vehicle's been unregistered for 5 months. And I said, this car? And she's like, yeah, your vehicle's unregistered. And I thought, are you sure? Like that makes no sense. Why would I, you know what I mean? Anyway. And then she says, do you have any outstanding fines? And I stopped. And I thought,
There's parking fines. Parking fines.
and I said, it doesn't matter because this is not under my name. This is a company car.
Oh, yeah.
It's a company car.
Yeah.
It's not under my name. It has nothing to do with me directly, right? It's a separate entity.
Yeah.
I don't own the car.
Yeah.
And I said that and then she's like, oh, it's been cancelled. It means you didn't pay it. And I was like, oh, I haven't received anything. And she's like, well, they would have given you something, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I haven't received anything.
Yeah.
And anyway, she's like, so we're going to have to, do you have someone that can pick you up? I'm 2 hours out of Melbourne.
Yeah.
All my mates are with me. They didn't know that. They kept going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all my mates are with me. It's like, do you have someone that can pick you up? And I'm like, no, I'm 2 hours out of Melbourne. I'm not leaving the car here. Like we're in the middle of nowhere I'm not leaving the car here.
Yeah.
Like that's
It'll be
not
on bricks when you get
Yeah,
back.
that's not an option.
Yeah. And Uber would be very expensive.
Yeah, like I'm not doing that. That's what? Because your stupid government company didn't send my fucking rego papers.
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
Yeah.
I was upset, let me tell you.
Were you giving her attitude?
Nah, I was like, she's like, so you can receive the fine via SMS or email or post. Which one do you prefer? And I said, I'd prefer not to receive the fine. See, I told her it was funny. She didn't laugh at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little.
Come on, that's comical.
She was I will plug her name. I will name and shame her. I don't give a shit. She was a horrible human.
Yeah.
She was like, you could tell she had zero interest in. They were going to take my plates.
Yeah, right.
They were going to take my plates, and I'm like, take them. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm driving out of here.
Yeah.
I'll buy a permit right now. They made me buy a permit on the spot.
A permit.
I bought a permit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, as in the temporary one?
Yeah, to drive an unregistered vehicle.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, just letting you know that you shouldn't be driving on the weekends with the permit. And I'm like, I have to get the car home.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, there's nothing you're going to say, lady. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, this is my opinion. You would have seen, I was genuinely shocked when she told me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
genuinely shocked. I was like, what? Like, no way. You know what I mean? Now, if you wanted to be a good
person,
a good Samaritan.
Samaritan's a civilian, I think. Is that right? Does that include law and
I don't know. Let me word that differently. If you didn't want to be a fuckwit, all right, you would have said, hey, look, I'm going to do you for the speeding because you were speeding.
Yep.
I can see that you probably didn't know about this. Buy the permit, get it resolved, and
we'll hook you up.
Yeah. Instead, they fucking stung me for both. You know how much a fine is for driving an unregistered car? $1,018.
Makes me throw up.
Anyway, I left there. I was pissed off.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we're going to take your plates. And I was like, take them. Like, I don't give a fuck. And they're like, all right, fine, we'll leave you with your plates so you don't get hassled. I'm like, you're fucking hassling me. Anyway. So, I buy the permit.
How much was the permit?
$60.
Oh, okay. I was expecting it to be a lot more.
No, $60. And then I leave and I'm upset. Like, I kind of feel like...
me.
Yeah, I was because the reason I messaged you was because you had the same thing happen to you.
Yes.
Right? And one of you guys was driving, he got pulled over.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I didn't get the... Anyway, he got pulled over within a 3-month time frame, so he didn't have to get the car re-registered. He could just pay the...
Well, he didn't cop any fine. Well, the company didn't cop any fines. I hope not. Anyway, I haven't received anything.
Yeah.
But didn't cop a fine. I think it was less than 3 months. It was like a month out.
Yeah. But
still, I wouldn't have known. Gone 5 months in the future, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. What do you think I'm sitting there saying, oh, I wonder when my rent due. So when it goes over 3 months, the rego gets cancelled. And you have to re-register the vehicle.
You have to get it. Did you have to go?
Had to go get a roadworthy. Yeah, had to go get a roadworthy. Got to book in with vicroads. Right. They're like, we're going to change your plates. I was like, I've paid for these plates.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to take them off me? Why? Pay me back for them. Like, buy them back off me. Or leave them on the car. You're going to now charge me for new plates?
Why are you complicating the process?
You want to talk about complicating the process? I'll go off now.
No, you need to. You need to. People need to
You want to talk about complicating the process? So this whole thing happens, and I'm sitting there thinking, how has this happened? How has this happened? How has this happened? I definitely haven't received anything. Check all my emails thinking, did this slip past me? It didn't. I didn't get anything. And then I think, when I bought the car, the business had a different address. Have they sent a letter to the different address? So I called Vic Roads because I want to work out, like, I don't want this to happen again.
No.
Anyway, so I don't want this happening again. So I called Vic Roads.
And how long were you on the phone for?
I called them at 8:01. Like I was Monday morning, 8:01. I need to get this resolved ASAP. So it's my only car. It's parked here, by the way. I've been driving it. But I call them and I'm like, hey, this is the situation. I'd like to know how this happened. Like, what happened? What communication have you guys tried to, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure if you sent a letter, it probably got returned to sender and you guys haven't done anything. You know how people put
yeah.
Yeah. And it's like if you've sent a letter and the address is no longer valid, like there has to
Don't
be
you
some
follow it up? Yeah.
There has to be some responsibility on your end. Do you know what I mean? And then the guy says, "Oh, okay, he was nice and he was calm, but he's like, so what's the registration of the vehicle?" He's like, "And it's registered on their company." He's like, "And who are you to the company?" Like, "I'm the director." And he goes, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Well, you need to get a letter of authority from the company and then take it into
From
the
yourself.
groves
Yeah.
to speak to." I said, "So you need me to print a letter saying that I'm allowed to talk and I have to sign the letter?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you understand? There's the whole purpose of having that is so no one acts on behalf of the company.
Yeah.
If I am the person signing the letter, how is that?" He's like, "You have to do it." And I was like, "Can I do it online? Like, can we?" He's like, No, you have to do it and you have to go into a vicroads to show them, for them to talk to you about the car. Otherwise, they won't talk to you about it. And I was like, and then he's like, "Because you haven't applied for an online account." And then I said, "Hey, I did apply for an online account and you guys rejected me." He's like, "They wouldn't have rejected you. We don't reject anyone." I said, "So why the fuck do you make people apply? If it's not a rejection thing, why do you make people like?" And he couldn't answer me. And then, yeah, that's my story. And now I'm here with a 1,500 and something dollar fine, 3 demerit points, pissed off. What's her name?
Oh, yes, you need a name and shame. Hey.
Name and shame. When did it happen? On the weekend. Name and shame message from, I don't have it because I resetted my phone. Anyway, I won't go there. Fine's gone. It's fine. I won. 5 months rego. I'm not going to pay the fine. 5 months rego for free? Who won? Who won really?
Do you have any outstanding fines?
Me, I'd rather not talk about it on the record. But my point being is 2 things. 1, I think cops don't do the right thing by people. 2, I think this is a Ford problem. I think they're not passing the information on to vicroads because it happened to both of us. And I think you should make sure it doesn't happen to you again. You didn't get the notice.
No, I'm just going to sell my cars. So
Did you?
So
Did you get the notice? Like, were you able to find it?
I don't know.
So you haven't
checked.
looked.
I didn't
Yeah.
even check.
You just moved on.
I just moved on.
Yeah, I'd move on if I didn't get a fine too. I'll probably move on after the car's re-registered. And then 3, I've now got a in America they have a privately owned version of whatever the DMV or whatever they call it. It's either that's the private one or there is a government one and a private one. In Australia, we don't have that. They've got a monopoly.
Yeah. Look, I 100%. And
That's not
I
fair.
feel, yeah, but that's what this is. Okay, we're going to go sideways and deep.
No, but that's not
But
fair.
I get it. And
Because then
they
it's
don't
like,
want to have.
y'all can be pricks,
Yeah.
and I can't do anything about it because I have to come here.
have to.
Why can they do it with doctors? Why can doctors have Medicare and private?
Yeah.
Why can't there be a private version of vicroads where we are licensed and regulated and we can do the same thing as you? It just costs you a little bit more to come to us.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, most people will go to the one and pay.
Yep, I
Because they'll be like, "Fuck you, vicroads.
I would.
You're a bunch of shit kickers. You don't know how to do your job. You don't know how to manage anything. You're living like it's 1992. You're saying you want to save paper so I can't have a sticker, but you want to send me my notice in paper? What are you, fucking dumb?" Like,
Yeah, it's bureaucracy.
yeah,
It's
but
like-
it's
it's
a
at its
monopoly.
highest
It's a monopoly is illegal.
Yes.
Or it's against the law, against something. It's just like, it's the first step towards tyranny
Yeah.
because it's like you have full control.
That's what the whole government is based on these days.
Yeah, but that's why they have 2 parties.
Yeah, but since when's the last party won? They're not going to win the next one.
Yeah, but that's
know
the
what I
whole,
mean?
the whole thing is like you have an option. You're just not voting for them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
With vicroads, there's no option.
Yeah, but
I can't go and register my vehicle with anyone else.
Yeah, that's with all the government bodies, though.
Yeah,
With
but
everything.
that should change.
Good-
that should change.
You should start.
Yeah,
Let's call
that's-
it Robbie Roads.
That would be sick. Vic Robbie,
Big Robbie.
that would be mad.
Hey,
That would be. All I'm saying is,
I like Robbie
there wouldn't
Roads
be
better.
anyone who'd be like, "Nah, bro, I'm loyal to Vic Roads." Like no one. There would be no one.
Simply go to Google and look at their reviews. I haven't even looked at it, but I guarantee they're going to be no good. Here's the thing. Yes, I completely agree with you. And there's many bodies like that.
Yeah,
in
I think
industry,
I think
everywhere,
we-
like council, local council's another one. right? There's so many
That
elements
local council, you vote the person in, dude. There is some level of control. You cannot control vicroads. There's zero control. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to go off here. You motherfuckers, you took you were happy taking $200 a month off me for tolls, knowing my vehicle's unregistered.
Yeah.
You were happy to give me parking fines, knowing my vehicle's unregistered. You're happy to accept every time I've paid for parking, knowing my vehicle's unregistered. Like, aren't these bodies communicating? If my car's unregistered, how can you take all my money?
Yeah, of course.
For the other stuff, and then come and fine me $1,000. Like, there's a level of, hey, I'm being fucked here. And when it happened, I was trying so hard. I haven't had to try that hard for a while. You know when something's really bothering you?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm trying so hard to just shake it. Like, dude, it's not going to matter in 2 weeks. I want to say a week.
In 2 weeks,
a week.
it's
I'm
still
so
pissing you
upset.
off.
But you know what I mean? And then it's like, man, I almost want to go out of my way and commit all my business knowledge and everything to getting this approved and creating a company and saying I did it out of spite because I got pulled over that day.
Yeah.
Because I got pulled over that day and they've shafted me. And I just thought, you know what? I've got to prove a point here. And I think it's in our rights as humans, it's Australians, you know what I mean? What's the national anthem? We are young and free. Are we free, dude? Like, are we?
Nope.
Do you know what I mean? When they have full control and you have to go to one guy, it's a monopoly,
mate. It's everything though. You look at your whole day-to-day life. Everything is like that.
No, but there's every other element tends to have you get a choice. This is like one of few things you don't get a choice.
The illusion of a choice.
Yeah, then you could argue there's corruption and it's the same person on the back end. And
that's
blah, blah,
exactly right. You're still getting the same shit happen whether it's one party or the other, right? In government, for example, governing body. Okay, so we got the Building and Plumbing Commission in the construction industry. Again, like they rebranded themselves the other day from the Victorian Building Authority to the BPC now. And it's like, it's still the same clowns running it. It's still the same shit that you've got to go through. The things that they come up with are just illogical. And I think that's where you get most upset. It's like, you're not making sense. When people stop making sense, it's like, what?
Yeah, like you're not doing a
use your
sufficient
brain.
job.
Yeah, exactly. No wonder but this is why we're in so much debt. This is why there's so much inefficiencies or so many inefficiencies in how we operate as a state, as governing bodies, as a country, why we're billions upon billions of dollars in debt. It's because you've got stupid people making stupid decisions, or people who don't have the authority or the knowledge to make decisions, and they're the ones making the rules.
Yeah,
and it's just silly, and that's what's very frustrating, that we are in this society and living like this. Like I know so many. I don't know if it's just lately I'm hearing about it, but I'm hearing a lot of people leaving the country. You know, you say you don't like it, leave. Well, people are doing that, man. People are doing that. Let all the immigrants come in and then just change the shape of the nation. Let them do everything they need to do. But the people that are able and willing are leaving the country, and they're going to places like Dubai and living there for however long, or places where they're not just getting shafted on every turn. But if you think about it, when you really look down at it, a random thing. I was talking to someone the other day, recently sold a car. We're talking about cars. The luxury car tax. Okay, do you know why the luxury car tax was brought in? So you work at Mercedes.
Yeah, I recall seeing it on cars, but I don't know.
Yeah, so the luxury car tax was brought in as a tax to prestige cars, so generally Mercedes, or a vehicle over, let's just say $80,000. So anything over $80,000 had a luxury car tax on it. The reason for that tax was so that people it would encourage Australians to buy Australian-made vehicles. Okay, so your Holden, Ford, and Toyota, because at the time, Holden, Ford, and Toyota were manufacturing in Australia. Right? Now, how many vehicles do we manufacture in Australia?
Now?
Yeah.
None.
So why is that tax still there?
Because if you get used to its level of income, you can't reduce. Dude,
but this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're talking about logical and all these things, like why now is there $100,000 tax if you want to go buy a Porsche? Like, why? So that now you're deterring those brands from coming into the country. You're deterring from people and businesses and these things coming into the country. Like, that's just one little thing. Stamp duty on houses. Do you know what the stamp duty was for? Why it was introduced? Stamp duty was introduced as a way to help the war relief, as relief for the war. When we were sending soldiers to get them bullets and grenades and tanks and all that sort of shit. That's why it was introduced as a war tax. When we haven't been at war for a very long time, yet every time you go and buy a house, stamp duty. What the fuck is stamp duty? What are you using that money for?
What, admin fee?
Yeah.
What a ridiculous admin fee.
Like, these are the things. And you look at across everywhere, the whole board, it's all like that. But I hate local government shits me up the wall. Like you're saying, you get to vote a person in. They're all fucking idiots. All of them. I've not come across, I build in multiple areas, in multiple places. I've not come across a good council.
None? Not one?
No, they're all duds. All of them. Like I came in.
What is it? What is it?
The other day we went there, we wanted to get a crossover permit. You know, the crossover?
Yeah.
For your house.
And it's like, maybe
we get a permit, right? So I knew the permit would take a while, so I told the team, hey, just put the application in, get the permit, we'll pour it. And like, okay, cool. So we get the permit, and then we're like, okay, we want to pour it on Friday. Oh no, you need to let us know 20 business days. I'm like, what? You've just taken 3 months to give us a fucking permit. Now you want 20 business days, so 4 weeks, so you can book someone to come in and inspect the work that we need to do. I've built a whole fucking $5 million home, and you don't think I have the capacity to follow your stupid plan to build a $3,000 crossover. Yeah. That's what you're telling me now. Or that you need to come and inspect and it's done properly. I'll take photos. Like, simplify the process. Why 20 business days for someone to drive out, look at that and go, oh, yep, good. A few years back.
It's because they're not competing.
Yeah, yes, they have the monopoly on that in that suburb.
Yeah, is that not wrong?
It's completely wrong, and that's why we're all fucked, and why everything costs a fortune in this country, and why it's always so hard to get ahead. 3, 4 years ago, whenever it was, I had a development site in Strathmore. Okay, 2 fucking years to get a planning permit for 2 townhouses. 2 fucking years.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's
like
silly.
What? And we weren't. It's not like we were pushing the envelope and trying to put a 40-story building in a residential suburb. It was double-story townhouses. This would have enhanced the look of the area. Okay, 2 years to get a planning permit, right? Because this person didn't like that tree and didn't like this shadow and didn't like that color. And the driveway's a little bit yellow. Oh, can you put a bigger tree here? And we're like, guys, can you give us one comprehensive assessment? Not we'll submit and then I don't like this tree. Okay, we'll change the tree. Oh, I don't like this brick. Oh, for fuck's sake, we'll change the brick. And then what ended up happening? So we had 2 years of holding costs. You have 2 years of repayments and everything that you've got going with it. You have interest, the works. We got the permit finally, and we stacked it all up. We go, okay, what's this going to cost to build? Cool, job's no longer feasible. So we ended up selling.
And you would have been done and finished in that.
If they had just, and this is where I say we should be privatizing that aspect of the plan. Yeah, we should be privatizing planning.
Yeah, dude, we should be privatizing so much. Like even AFL. Do you know what I mean? Like AFL now, like what they own the teams. How does it?
I don't know.
It's like, why don't we do what America's done and privatize it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that because some teams will become massive and others will become
that's
irrelevant?
their problem.
Yeah.
Make money. Yeah. Work it out. Do you know what I mean? Get backed by people.
Will it be the same 3 clubs that win the grand final every year? Is that
what's fucking happening anyway? Nah, but like
well, they're trying to they try to have this equalization aspect of it.
That's gay. That's what it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's like stop it.
But if you say that, you'll get in trouble.
Let the people
on the field.
Let the people on the field.
Yeah, if you say anything gay, you get suspended for 83 years.
Oh yes, on the field. I don't know what you were saying. If you're saying let the people on the field, I'm like, what? Let the people compete. Like that's real competition. Do you know what I mean? Oh no, but we have to let that. And it's like, well, why don't you just let them compete for real? Real life doesn't give you handouts.
Yeah.
Real life causes you to compete for real. And I just think we're not doing things that are serving us as a society.
Absolutely, we're not.
No, we're definitely not.
Yeah, we're serving
nothing, dude. Nothing. There's a level of corruption that people don't want to admit to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How the fuck does someone get granted $96 million to build a website?
Yeah.
$96 million.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have built. Hey, fuck, like that upsets me.
Could you have built a website for that much?
Probably would have cost more.
Yeah.
But 96. Who approved 96 million?
Thank you.
That's your money.
That is the question. And that's what people are asking. And this is what shits me
or the 13 million for the bins.
That's right. But this is what I'm saying, right? I hear people saying this. I watch it. My feed's full of it these days. Obviously, the algorithm.
consuming it.
Yeah, because I'm consuming it. But I'm seeing a lot of this stuff. I'm like, okay, people are catching on. They're saying, hey, why? Where's this money gone? Why are you spending this? Why are you doing that? It's like, okay, it's great that you're asking the question, but then it stops. What's the next? Like, how come there's no consequence? How come, 96,
because we
you
don't-
go to jail.
Because we
You're
don't, we don't have a
You
system.
need to leave. You're fucked.
We don't have a system that allows for it.
That's corruption.
That's corruption, yeah.
There's one
it's
person
corruption
who's
on the
just
highest
gone,
level.
96 million this website's going to cost. Guys, website. Yeah.
Who built it? Who built
Zeros
it?
And ones. I don't know. I think
Who's the company that built
Legacy
it?
Media.
Yeah, Legacy Media. Who's the company that built it? Like, how much money is that company making?
yes.
96 million?
The 13 million for the bins.
Whose pocket is being lined?
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
I was saying it the other day. I'm in construction to build a square box, okay, that you're going to put machetes in. Okay, there might be a few more special features on there to make sure it's secure. What, $5,000 a box? In like labor and material. That's expensive. Okay, you know what?
No, for gold is $8,000. Last time I checked. Last time I checked.
Hey, make it 20. Make it 20 grand a box. That is, someone's making bank. Yeah? To build
20
at
grand,
20K,
you got good
the
margins.
company building that is making a lot of money in labor and material. Yeah? Cool. Where did 330,000 per box come from?
Yeah.
Someone somewhere is getting fucking paid.
But it's
Shut your mouth here. I'll give you 100 grand per box. You just need to do this. I'll give you 50 grand per box. You need to put them in these locations. I'll give you 10 grand a box. You just need to throw some knives in there once a fortnight so it looks like it's working. Okay, this is what's happening with this fucking space.
So what do you
I can tell you the solution.
what's the solution
Vote number 1
for George?
for George.
George. Do you think actually, you know what? All right.
Say I did get into power. Okay, I don't think I'd make any change because
That's
someone's
not-
going to have to line my pockets. No,
That's
I'll
not-
tell you why. I'll tell you why. I feel that I would, as that person, unless you've got full authority to just go all out and do what you want, I think you would probably encounter way too many roadblocks the way the system is at the moment.
Yeah, but
people would
I
shut you
also
down before
think-
you could even get started.
Yeah, and I also think the structure of the system is incorrect. Like we vote every 3 years to whoever's going to lead the country.
Yeah.
And it's like you probably have a 30-year problem, and people are being judged on 3-year increments. And it's like the way you play a 30-year game is not the same way you play a 3-year game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then everyone's jumping in, and they probably all have the mentality of, well, I'm not going to have enough time to make the changes actually required. To do that, you probably got to take a few steps back, so things will get worse before they get better. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
not wrong. That
yeah,
makes
but things will
sense.
get worse before they get better. And then they're like, okay. And then it's like, but all governments do it. Except the only ones that don't are like communist countries.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
Is that what we need?
are they that bad? Should Australia become a communist
Is
country?
that what we need? Have a dictator.
Look, all I'm saying is a little bit of freedom of choice. And, you know, that's one thing I realized about America. They feel more free.
Land of the free.
They do. Despite, you can say whatever you want. Fuck that place, school shootings, blah, 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 blah. They feel more free. It's just the reality. They do.
Yep.
But that's enough about my rant. Fucking angry. Yeah.
Can tell.
And now I'm the sort of person where, you know, if I'm angry, I want to see you angry as well.
Okay.
So one of the
Get me
things,
angry.
one of the things I actually wanted to talk about today, George, was
We haven't even started the topic
we
yet.
haven't even started the topic yet. Yeah. That was just a whole,
That was just Robbie, Robbie's
fucking
rants.
And
It's our new segment, Robbie rants.
I've got a mission on this episode, and I'm gonna change your mind about something.
Cool.
I'm gonna change your mind about
I'm very stubborn.
owner builders.
Oh shit! I'm gonna throw up.
Now, if you know anything about George, and I've done this a couple of times here, and it only happened once, where you've left the room, and I'm like, "You want to piss George off?" Like you've left like we're doing an event, and you leave the room, and I'm like, "Okay, guys, you want to piss George off?" Tell him you think owner builders are great.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to fire him up.
room.
Yeah, and you know, if you know anything about George, you know that he completely disagrees with the whole aspect of being able to be an owner builder You know, and I want to change your mind today.
Cool. Let's do it.
I want to change your mind, or I want to attempt to change your mind. Man, maybe you'll change mine, and I'll turn around and be like, "Fuck owner builders and fuck big roads,
Big roads as well, and that police lady,
dude." I would. That big roads thing. I'm serious about that. Like, I will.
What a business venture.
Oh, dude, I will stop everything I'm doing.
Robbie Roads.
And do that, and just do that, and be like, "This is the mission. We just need to get it approved, get enough people to back it, and then you get approved, and then
Can I get some, if I back you, can I get free registration?
of course,
Good.
everyone who backs gets free
Yeah.
registration." Anyway, so George, tell us why you get fired up about this. Give us the spill. Why do you think? So, if for those of you who don't know, you're listening to this and you don't know, George hates. Sorry, let me rephrase that. George despises.
I
He
despise.
completely thinks that owner builders should not be a thing and that you should not be allowed to build your own home. Can you give us, just for those of who may not have heard this from you before, owner builders means you can build your own house.
Yes.
Right? You can act as a builder. You can be licensed, fake license, paper license. Like, you might as well use Monopoly money and build your own home. Why do you believe owner builders should not be allowed?
They should not be allowed because I said so. No, they shouldn't be allowed at all because they are not qualified or educated or skilled enough to do so.
Okay. Do you think it brings any benefit? What harm do you think it does to the industry?
I think inferior products, things done outside of...
But what's that got to do for you? They can't
Because
sell
then,
it.
yeah, of course they can. Can't
No,
sell a
they can
house.
sell the house.
Yeah.
But they can't sell their service.
No, that's
So
right. That's
you
right.
being licensed gives you the ability to sell the service.
Yes,
This is a
correct.
professional service.
Correct.
You can buy the service. I can do it for you.
Yep.
That's the license. The license is to do that.
Yeah.
The license is not to build.
But then it's also taking away from builders that should be able to build those things, right? Those homes, because
Why?
now...
But we have a lack of homes being built.
Well, that's not because of a lack of builders or their ability to build.
What is it?
It's a whole range of things. It's got... it would be... it would be the financial pressures. It would be the legislative restrictions on builders as well. You know, some builders are only capped with how much they can build per year. I'm sure a lot of them could build more, but they're capped with what they can do.
You reckon most builders are sitting at their insurance?
Yeah, I think a lot would be.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think there would be more than not.
So more than half.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because a lot of the builders, especially when they first start out, they're given like, I don't know, $1 million. Oh, here you can build up to $1 million. That's nothing in construction. So they should be given more. It should be, they should have the ability to prove themselves and go, okay, cool, you've done this long, or this many projects. Yep, you get this much more, and so on and so forth. So there is an element of that. And yeah, people are not, a builder will always be able to build something to a higher standard, quicker, and ultimately should cost you less in the long run. And do it properly.
Oh, you believe that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so let's of course they should do it quicker. Of course they should do a better job.
Even from the cost perspective as well. I do believe
In the
that too.
long run?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Well, how long? Okay, let's say you're doing a house owner builder.
Yeah.
You're doing your house now, owner builder. You also have a job. You have a company that you got to run too, yeah?
Yep.
So when are you building your house? Do you take every Monday off to go build your home?
Do it on your weekends.
On your weekends?
Spare time, yeah.
Okay, so you do it after work and on the weekends.
Yeah.
So how long do you think that would take you to build a house now? So
To
assume
do it as an owner builder,
Yeah.
I think it would take you probably a year.
it takes me a year for a big home. Okay?
Okay.
So it'll take
Didn't say big.
it'll take you 2 to 3, 4 years.
Nah.
I'm telling you.
Way.
I'm telling you.
No way.
I do it every day.
4 years?
I do it every day. You do it on the weekends and sometimes after work if you can be fucked.
Yeah, but
Yes.
so you're
There's that.
hiring and
There's that.
engaging people and
Yeah, we are as builders, or you are.
both.
Yeah, okay. So when a carpenter comes up to me and he says, George, for me to build this frame, it's going to cost you $350,000. And we say, Robbie,
How much a frame costs?
no, it doesn't.
Oh.
Exactly.
Hey?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right? Because he's going to tell me, George, it's cost $350,000. I go, hey, stop being a fucking idiot. Do I look like an owner builder to you? Give me a proper price.
But I would just get
Sorry,
five
George.
prices.
All five will do the same thing to you.
Hey?
All five are going to do the same.
So trades are dodgy.
They're not dodgy.
Why?
They understand the game. They're going to come in and see Robbie, the owner builder, and go, okay, Robbie's not getting the same price as George. George gives me lots of work. George understands construction. George is going to be ready for me when the time is needed for me to come on site and build my frame. Not I have to babysit and hold his hand and tell him all these sorts of things. The owner builders are heavily reliant on the trades to do the right thing. If trades all did the right thing, there'd be no need for builders. If people did what they were supposed to do, there would be no need for a builder. I wouldn't need to employ anyone. I'd just say, hey, can you go to this job and do this? Yes, consider it done. I go, great. Then I just call the next trade from my office. Can you go do this? Yes, it would be done. Owner builders are heavily reliant on the trades to run the job, guide them, and to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And they've got no checks and balances. They will always prioritize their main income stream. So me as their main client and builder, hey, I need you here, finish this job. I got this owner builder. Fuck that guy. Do this job. I need this done by Friday. Okay, yeah, you're right. Calls up the owner, hey, sorry, I can't get there till Wednesday next week or till Tuesday next week. Whatever it might be.
So there's delays. Yeah.
There's the delay.
But that's kind of expected. It's never going to happen as
that's
fast.
fine. This is what I'm getting at, right? Time is important. Okay, let's just say anyway, let me continue. So there's that element. There's the carpenter's going to charge you $200,000 to do the frame. The carpenter's going to charge me $70,000 because I'm trying to give you an example, yeah. And
no, hold on. Give us a realistic.
It would be it could be up to a 50% markup from what I would
50% increase. So they charge you 100, they would charge the owner builder 150.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
saying
surprised.
you wouldn't be surprised, and what you expect is two different things.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like I speak to trades. None of them like it. I haven't come across the only reason they'll like it is because they're making bank. Okay, they'll come in. The owner is heavily reliant on that person to do the right thing and to do the next stage. They couldn't give a fuck. They've got so much more other work that they need to be doing, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, I spoke to the plumber, told him to do this. He should be right. He should be finished his rough in. Then you go there and you look at, the pipe is 100. Look, they've put the pipe here. It should be 100 mil there, right? 100 mil in the other direction. You don't know. You've never built before. The builder's going to look at that and say, hey, dickhead, that's in the wrong spot.
Doesn't it?
I've got to, jack the slab up, move it over 100. Oh, that's going to cost you $500. Oh, okay, here. Okay. There is so many moving parts in a home. There are so many things that you need to know, need to understand, that we've studied, that we've experienced, that we've coordinated, that we've done all before, that you are going to pay for through your lack of experience. So not only are you going to be paying a premium for someone else to come in and do it, you're also going to be paying for your mistakes that you make along the way. It's also going to take you 10 times longer, and chances are the quality of what being built isn't going to be there. And now these days, people will go into a home, say you do decide to sell it, okay? Because a lot of people do that. They go, I'll do own a builder and flip it and become some hotshot developer, then I'll move on to the next one and move on to the next one. People know what they're looking at. They walk into a home and they'll see, oh, that's no good, or that's a bit off, oh, that detail looks messy, right? Because they don't know construction.
Yeah, hold on. So you just contradicted two things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so the person inspecting knows, but the person building doesn't know?
No, as in when you're looking at a finished product, it's a lot easier to judge stuff. Like I always say this, you could build the best fucking home, but if you fuck up plaster and paint, the job's fucked.
Yeah,
right?
it's the aesthetic.
Yeah, that's the things that people look at. Yeah, but there's things behind. I found out, okay, there was a house on my street that sold a few years back. We were looking at it. We were going to put in an offer. And then I found out it was owner builder. I pulled out straight away. The agent calls me up. It's like, oh, you're going to put in an offer? I go, nah, dude, I'm out. It's like, why? It's owner builder. Oh, he goes, no, it's a good job. I said, mate, delete my number. I'm not coming back. I will not buy this house. And I moved away from it. There could be issues that come down the track. They won't know the waterproofing codes. They won't know 1,001 things. There's just so many elements.
But there's regulations.
Just like one little thing. No, who's regulating it?
The surveyor.
No, he's not.
He's not?
No. He checks he checks the documentation.
Yeah.
Right? That it all complies with your standards. He'll come and check the frame, and then he does a final walkthrough. That's it. After he checks the structural frame, that's it. Then he does a final walkthrough. He doesn't check services locations. He doesn't check if wires are run properly. He doesn't check if the waterproofing's done properly. He just wants a certificate that shows that everyone tells him, yes, I've done it. So he'll want his certificate so he can pass the buck if anything ever does happen. But no one checks it. So this is where you have to have someone who's knowledgeable and understands what they're doing as opposed to an owner-builder. They will never do it. And it's not, look, I don't blame the owner-builders, honestly. The law, the system is there for them to do it. So it's not their fault. Like, hey, I'm just doing what I'm allowed to do. But the system needs to change.
So you think that most people wouldn't benefit?
No, not in the long run. I don't believe so. And I know where you're going with this, by the way.
Where am I going? I got no direction.
You've been building something recently yourself, haven't you?
Me, no.
You haven't?
I haven't, no.
Okay.
And that's I call it a renovation more than anything else, but we're not going to go there.
We're not going to go there?
And raise council awareness.
That's exactly.
You know what's funny as well? This is a structure. A side note.
Yeah.
And I spoke to a couple of builders.
Yeah.
You being one of them. I spoke to a couple of others, and they were, every time they were like, hey. I'm like, yeah. They're like, are you building an illegal structure? I'm like, no, man, it's already there. Like the structure already exists. We're just changing, like replacing.
Oh, just fixing it. Yeah, that's
replacing it. Replacing it. So it's like, because like, are you building an illegal structure with no permit? And I'm like, no. Oh, relax, Mr. Council.
Mr. Council, man.
Jesus. This guy's going to call the cops. Yeah, so I'm not doing anything illegal, I promise, for those of you listening. I do feel like, though, and you know, I do feel like I'd be an exception to the rule, but I do feel like I would benefit.
Yeah, I believe you. Yes, I think there's people out there that are cluey, right, to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there would be. And even if perhaps you're a carpenter and you want to do owner builder, a carpenter's probably the best qualified person to do an owner builder job because they do so much of that element. In saying that, but let's pretend now you're quite cluey even from the perspective of you're a mechanic and you're a logical person and you look at how things work and it kind of makes sense to you. But let's pretend you're a school teacher, okay? Or let's pretend you're a butcher. Okay, you've never had that level of experience. You've never
they don't have to do. I think there's got to be some level of like you would have to at least get slightly educated around it.
To a degree, yeah. If you want to do it properly, there's going to have to be a level of study or understanding. Like, how can they possibly open structural drawings, never looked at anything, never understood it, and go, what do those black dots mean? What does that mean? What does that depth mean? Oh, this says the footing has to be 600 mil. So I'm going to do it at 600 mil.
So what do you know that you need to do that's not?
So I could tell you whether if you dig a trench that's 600 mil deep because the structural drawings say 600 mil, that doesn't mean that that's how deep it has to be. It could mean it needs to go deeper because of blinding concrete. And you would have no idea, blinding concrete, what I can't see. Like, what's that? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things there. How would they know what depth they needed to put their footings at? And then they just do it at 600 mil because that's what the drawings say. But hang on, that's incorrect. If you read the soil report will tell you if you don't reach founding material, you need to actually excavate deeper. And these are like little things, like that's a huge structural thing, because the whole house will stand up. Yeah, you will finish that home and it will stand on that. And then a year later, you're going to see a huge crack in the wall. And then a year after that, the whole thing's going to collapse. Okay, because of certain things. Now, no one's going to know. And what if to say they build it and they sell it that next day and it looks fantastic when they sell it and then all the issues come?
Should there be some level of liability as to...
Yes, there should be. Yes.
How long you have to hold the house for?
There's definitely got to be more strict things in place without a doubt. Now, whether that's mandatory inspections at multiple stages, potentially, before you...
Are you trying to tell me they have no...
None, mate.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I don't do them. They're not required for when we are building a home.
But you're licensed.
Yeah. Yeah, but
so regardless, for an owner builder, you think nothing changes?
Nothing will change. The building surveyor, his obligation
is to
come out and inspect the frame. So he'll come out and inspect your structural, like say you've got a slab on the ground. He'll inspect that before you pour the concrete. Then he will inspect the frame, so the timber and structural steel. And they're the only two inspections that he will do before he does a final walkthrough. That's it. Then he'll do a final walkthrough. And then before he gives you the occupancy permit, he'll go, okay, I need all of these certificates from all of these trades. And then that's when the trades give you all your certificates. He goes, yep, tick, 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 tick. Okay, here's your occupancy permit. So he won't actually check all of those things. He gets a certificate that says the waterproofer has said they have waterproofed it in accordance with these standards. And if he gives him a letter and says that, his mate Jamal has done the waterproofing. Here you go. Here's your waterproofing certificate. Really, he's just slapped on a piece of membrane. Now, that thing's not going to leak for the first year. Right? And then there'll be some movement in the house. There'll be whatever it might be. A tile might crack. Then it's going to leak. Then it goes downstairs. Then it wrecks all the plaster. Then, back to square one.
Do you believe that the world would be better? Sorry, not the world.
Yeah.
The country.
Yeah.
Would be better off if they said no more owner builders.
Yep.
You think that's the best next step?
Now, don't get me wrong. I think they should.
What if
if you want to paint your house, okay, if you want to put in a new kitchen, if you want to do some minor renovation work, yeah, absolutely. If you're talking about knocking down a whole home, starting from fresh, or doing a huge, massive renovation, then yeah, you got problems. You cannot. 99% of the people cannot dedicate their time and their mental capacity to building that home. 99% of the people.
Why it takes longer.
Yeah, but that's part of the reason. That's part of the
you're
problem.
doing it full time.
That's part of the problem, though. With these people now, they cannot commit their everything to that home. They can't do it. And the reason they're doing owner builder is so they can save $1, meaning they have to work Monday to Friday so they can afford to build the home on the weekend. Okay, so these people are the wrong people to be building the home. They're gonna come into trouble. They're not going to build a quality product. They're going to do things that are going to be that are going to have a really negative impact financially to them.
Okay, so who's to say that if I hire a builder, I wouldn't have that same experience? Because the builder comes across something that they haven't experienced before. No more owner builders.
Yep.
You think that's the best next step?
Now, don't get me wrong. I think they should. If you want to paint your house, okay, if you want to put in a new kitchen, if you want to do some minor renovation work, yeah, absolutely. If you're talking about knocking down a whole home, starting from fresh, or doing a huge, massive renovation, then yeah, you got problems. 99% of the people cannot dedicate their time and their mental capacity to building that home. 99% of the people.
Why it takes longer.
Yeah, but that's part of the reason. That's part of the
you're
problem.
doing it full time.
That's part of the problem, though. With these people now, they cannot commit their everything to that home. They can't do it. And the reason they're doing owner builder is so they can save $1, meaning they have to work Monday to Friday so they can afford to build the home on the weekend. Okay, so these people are the wrong people to be building the home. They're gonna come into trouble. They're not going to build a quality product. They're going to do things that are going to be that are going to have a really negative impact financially to them.
Okay, so who's to say that if I hire a builder, I wouldn't have that same experience? Because the builder comes across something that they haven't experienced before.
Yeah, well, but this is where you'll have contracts in place. You've got to do your due diligence as well and make sure that the right person for the job is employed. You have a level of responsibility. A lot of people say, the builder is always painted out as the bad guy. Always, in every scenario.
I know lots of people that if you ask them, they'll say never build.
Yeah, they'll go, it's the worst experience.
Don't ever build. Don't ever build. It's the worst thing ever.
But that's because they don't understand. And
hold on. You don't even know who they are. How can you say that?
I don't need to. They don't have a level of. They need to take a level of responsibility with that. They selected the fucking builder. You selected the person that you said don't build with ever again. I'm never going to build. Because on the same hand, you'll have people that say, building was amazing.
Taking responsibility and saying it was a bad experience is not the same thing.
Why was it a bad experience?
I don't know.
So most of the time they'll say the builder didn't give us what we wanted, or the builder ripped us off, or they didn't do the right thing, or whatever it might be. There'll be a whole range of things that come up in their list of why you should never build. But the fact of the matter remains, if that was your experience, that's vastly because of the person that you chose to build your home. So I often say, like when I'm trying to educate people, not just builders, but also clients to say, well, this is what you need to look for. This is what we do.
Is it
really upfront? And I've learned this through experience too, by not saying these things. And now when we ever have a process in place of onboarding a new client, I sit with them and spend a decent amount of time and say, hey, this is how this process is going to go. I want you to understand, I've never in my life, in my professional career, built a home without a variation. And I never will. So I want you to understand that right now before we sign. You need to have a contingency of money that's going to need to happen on this build. It's a fixed lump sum contract, yes, but things always come up. There are things on this build that I cannot allow for. If you want me to allow for these things, these maybes, I can. But the risk you run there is my price is going to be up here if I have to take the whole risk of everything. So say, for example, we're building a basement in a suburb that has a lot of rock.
You're going to hit rock.
Yeah, I'm going to hit rock. Now, I can do one of two things with this. If the owner's that type of person, maybe they're a multi-billionaire. So, George, I don't want to talk to you. Just give me a basement. Leave it with me. I will assume from the moment I drive my excavator on site, everything is rock, because that's what the soil report's going to tell me. Now, if I dig 2 meters down and 2 meters isn't rock, that means that 2 meters worth of rock is all my, lack of rock, that's all my money. I get to keep that. But now, and then it's just the 1 meter worth of rock. Okay, well, I'll jack that out. So he's now sacrificed that potential saving. Whereas if I say, look, I'm going to exclude rock whenever I encounter it, say it's at 1 meter deep or 2 meters deep, then you pay. So there's always going to be variations that come up through things that are unforeseen. I've got a job now, the sewer pipe coming into the property. The sewer pipe coming into the property needs to be relocated. That's an authority fee. I cannot ever allow for that. I don't know where it is. This is an authority fee, and I can't even do the work. I have to engage an approved contractor to do the work. So that's a cost to the owner. And I explain these things. Hey, these things could come up. It doesn't always, but it could come up. You need to understand that you're going to have this, and this risk. That's just one little thing. There's a whole range of things that we sit down and go through with them about their obligations, their responsibilities, our obligations, our responsibilities, how we document, how we communicate, how we invoice, how they can do inspections, everything. And make it a really enjoyable process for them, not just one of those stories about, I'm never going to build again, or don't ever build again. That's the worst thing you could ever possibly do. Building should be an enjoyable process, and is an enjoyable process when you have the right person on board. But you need to understand that it is still, there's always things that come up. Like, it's a complicated profession. It's not an easy profession.
What would you say is an easy profession? Because
I don't know.
I'm sure everyone thinks their job's hard.
Do you reckon, I don't know. Do you think being a barista is hard? Comparatively? Do you know what I mean? There's levels to it.
Yeah, they also don't get paid anywhere near as much.
No, of course. But there's, I'd say what makes it difficult is there's so many elements in the one thing. And different elements. Like, think about the complexities of what a plumber needs to do, and then the complexities of what an electrician needs to do, and then a carpenter, and then a concreter, and then all of these elements need to tie in and work together harmoniously for this building to work properly and for everyone to be happy. That's where the difficulties come in. And if you don't know what you're doing for all of those elements to come together and work properly, that's when you have issues. The other day I got a phone call.
So wouldn't issues be more focused around, like, there's obviously defects, stuff that's going to go wrong.
There's acts, there's regulations, there's basics that people need to follow. The quality of drawings are vastly important. Like, we've had projects that have really poor documentation. They tend to have a lot of variations. We have projects that are really, really detailed. I prefer those types of drawings because it removes a lot of the ambiguities and also gives us the detail we need. And we can say, no, that pipe needs to run here because that's where it's documented. Whereas you'll have another set of drawings which just show plans, and then you have to guess where everything goes, or you got to plan as you're building.
Really?
So yeah, absolutely. They won't have things like pipe runs but again, it's how much money. Those sets of plans will cost you 200 grand. These sets of plans will cost you 30. Okay, but that should save you a lot of money on site when you're building. This here, expect a good 30, 40, 50, 100 grand worth of changes that you're going to need to make to suit services.
That's still cheaper though.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be, but it might not be. But it's also expenses that they weren't expecting. Oh, the builder fucked up. Hang on, mate. You gave me the drawings. I didn't make these drawings. So this is where the expectation and reality really need to come into play.
Yeah, but so don't you think? So you're telling me that there's zero competency required to become an owner builder?
Sorry, zero competency. What do you mean?
Like, as in the amount of what a person has to do to become an owner builder.
You just need to own your home.
That's it.
That's it.
So you can be blind.
You could be blind. You just need to own your home. There is the permit process. I haven't gone through it myself because I don't need to be owner builder, but the process is a little bit different as far as a permit's concerned. But other than that, it's once you've got your building permit, build your house. Go.
Do you think having AI at your disposal would help?
Yeah. I think it would.
Do you think
I think it's helped my team. So why wouldn't it help someone that has no idea? If
yeah.
I said, hey, what are these vertical bits of timber called in a timber wall? Oh, these are commonly referred to as studs. Okay, what's the horizontal parts that go about halfway through? Oh, these are called this, and it. So yes.
What are they called?
Noggins.
Noggins.
Yeah, so like that's, yes, for as far as an education thing, I think, yeah, AI would help.
Do you think there is a world where if, let's just say they've regulated it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. I think that would help.
Yeah. And when I say regulated it a little bit more, like maybe you had to sit a 1 week, 2 week night school thing to be able to go and, because like, dude, if you can sell a house from doing 1 week of or an online program in real estate and you're licensed to sell a house, which I think's silly.
Mm-hmm.
Surely they can do the same thing here.
To build?
Yeah.
Okay, so to get your actual building
well,
license.
hold on. So no. So to sell it as a profession is different because they teach you estimating and everything.
No, they don't.
They do. I've gone through it.
With who?
Master builders.
Teach you estimating?
They teach you estimating, yeah. They make you do a whole estimation.
You don't need to do that to go get your license though.
To do the license? Nah, but to do the Cert 4, I'm pretty sure it's...
Okay, yeah, there might be an element. Yes, okay. Yeah, to go get that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm planning, like if this whole thing burns out, I'm going to apply for a job at Pascon.
Can't afford, I won't be able to afford you.
But you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, maybe if they just showed someone enough to say, hey, like you can do this. Because I don't see it. I've never seen anyone hate it as much as you. Like you hate it.
Hate it. Almost as much as you're fine.
No,
that's actual.
That's a serious problem.
This is real world stuff.
Yeah.
This is
That's
real
a
life.
serious problem.
This is real life we're talking about now.
Yeah. But do you see a world where if they set some level of competency or
there need to be, I think there would be a high level of competency. There'd need to be a strategic plan. There'd need to be someone that either they need to employ.
So how does it impact you? How does it impact George?
How does it impact me?
Yeah.
Well,
I
would say there would be work. Well, it kind of, I think I take it personally from the perspective of, so anyone can build. Like I see how fucking hard it is and what we go through every single day and we're the best at what we do and you can just fucking do it because you own the home. Oh, cool. I'm owner dentist.
But that's not the same.
I'm owner teacher.
Hey?
I'm owner teacher.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, we'll go teach your kids.
You can homeschool.
No, I'll teach them in class. I'll go to a school.
They're going to be your kids.
No. I'll
Just like
teach
it's going to be your land.
No.
Hey, fuck, that's a good that's a really good point you just made there.
I'll probably teach my kids better though.
Hey?
I would teach my kids good.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, you know what? I couldn't do it.
Okay.
No, I couldn't do it.
So now, okay.
I couldn't teach my kids, no. Because I still have to work.
Yeah, okay.
So how am I going to go home and teach my kids when I have to be here and work?
All right, so if I didn't have to work, I could do owner builder.
You'd be better at it if you could commit your full time and energy to it. Yeah,
So-
you would be better at it.
Okay, so
There'd be more of you
if
there.
someone argued with
But as I said, 99% of the people that are doing owner builder are doing it because they want to build a cheaper home. But in the long run, it won't be cheaper. It's going to take them more time. The trades they'll employ will cost them more. Even you, like if you were doing it full time, people would come on site, oh, owner builder? Yeah, cool. How are you to know what a piece of timber costs? How are you to know what carpenters charge and all that sort of stuff until you get burnt a few times? Until a carpenter charges you $200 an hour, and then you find out from me, is like, how much a carpenter charge you? $200 an hour? Mate, he should be charging you 80. Like, what? I've been paying $200 for 6 months.
So, first of all, carpenters look really bad right now. But secondly, I don't, and this might be my naivety. There's two things. One, I don't believe that, like, can people get ripped off? 100%.
Yeah.
But I think people get ripped off in all facets of life, you know? I think it's about you using your due diligence there. The same way some people get ripped off by a builder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
it
get
would
ripped
be-
off by.
Yeah, and
they're
that's the
all
argument
different.
I'll hear. They'll say, oh, well, what about if, I've had people who build a home better than a builder. And so but that's like saying I can run, therefore I should be able to compete with Usain Bolt. But it's like, okay, yes, I can run. That doesn't mean I'm running because like you're comparing a bad builder to a good builder.
Nah, okay. Let
Now,
me
you're saying he's a good runner. I'm not a good runner. Even now, with him at his current age and fitness level, he'll still laugh at me.
Let me
when I'm
give you a
running.
different example. It's like someone saying to you, you can't educate your kids better than a school teacher can.
Depending what it was, there'd be a level of me agreeing to that.
Yo,
To like depending what they're being taught. Like
you don't reckon you could teach better than a school teacher? And then you would argue, I could probably teach better than most.
yeah, I know because I'm in that space and I do that now.
nice. Oh, yeah.
As in the coaching space. But I'd say from the perspective of, man, like knowing the structure, like I'm sure there's things that teachers are taught, as in the curriculum. I don't know what that is. I don't know what has to be taught. And then do I have to go back now and learn maths?
So you're
and
trying
teach
to
them in
tell
a certain
me
way? I don't know.
that you think your kids would be better off.
If I homeschooled, it wouldn't be me teaching. It'd be someone I employ to teach.
Yeah. But no,
So
that's not
better than
that's
me.
not the
I don't
point.
think I would be
That's-
better than someone else.
You don't think you'd be better than an
No.
average school teacher?
No, I didn't say average school teacher. Why am I going? Why would I do that?
Because
An average
Yeah.
builder,
what's the term average defined by?
just good enough. Like, I don't know. What?
No, it's the masses,
Yeah,
the middle.
the middle of the masses.
Well, not the middle. That's the median, or whatever the fuck that term is, mean. But it's like if you multiplied everyone together and divided it by the
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the average. Right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, well, if most of them are shit, then the average is going to be shit. If most of them are good, then the average is going to be quite high.
Yep.
But it's like you have to work off the average because that's the kind of point that is going to tell you that this is where.
Yeah, but I would
Your-
I wouldn't employ an average person
chances.
to teach my children.
Yeah, but no one employs a builder saying this guy seems average.
I
on.
would argue that the industry is heavily skewed on price. Heavily. People's decisions, I'd say close to 80% of people's decisions on employing a builder to build their home is based off price.
Yeah, but not because. Why?
Because that's how they're programmed. They're looking at it and going, okay, George is $1 million. This guy's 900. This guy's 600. I'm going to go for the guy that's 700. Like they're price driven. They say, oh, they're both saying they're going to give me the same thing. They're not. All four of those prices are completely different. What I'm offering and what the 7 and 8 and 600 guy is offering is completely different. You're not getting the same thing.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying that. But so my point is, then would they be better off building themselves than building with the 600 guy?
No, again, no. But this is why would you pick the 600 guy?
I'm just giving you
Because
an
that
example.
guy's not the suitable builder for it. And that's why they're saying, oh, like
So what
he's a bad
deems what
person.
deems a builder suitable if they've got a
That's-
licensing system? But if they-
it's broken.
Huh?
The system's broken. Like
Yeah.
coming back to what you're saying.
But then you're saying your argument is that you should not be able to do this unless you're part of the system. But you're saying the system's broken.
the system, there are thousands upon thousands of excellent builders out there. There are also thousands of shit builders.
What's the average builder?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. But there are excellent builders out there, and there are things that you should look at. You should look at their past projects. You should look at their website. You should look at their fucking email account. Does it say pascon@gmail.com or does it say george@pascon.com? Because that is the number one fucking indicator if you're a good builder or not. Do not have a Gmail or Hotmail account. Okay? You heard it here first.
Oh, yeah.
Their branding, their marketing, their testimonials, like a whole range of things. Meet with them, walk through projects with them. How do they communicate? What are their contracts like? What are their terms like? How do they communicate? Like, you will get the feeling. You will understand who you want to build with. The other day, I won a project and I was the exact same. I asked the client, I said, why did you choose us over the other builder? He goes, your prices were within $10,000 of each other. Like, you were pretty much thereabouts. He goes, I felt more comfortable with you. He goes, that's why I ended up going with you. I appreciated all the work you were putting in. I liked the things you were saying. I understood what you were about. I liked all your projects, your website, everything. I felt more comfortable with you. And I know that you're the right builder for me. And like, great, he's won the lottery because I am the right builder for him. I am going to give him an amazing product. I am going to give him an amazing service. You need to go and do your research and find things. When I go and buy a car, I do my research. I don't just go, I'm going to get that one. I'll look, okay, well, what model in the car do I want? Do I want the base model? Do I want the sunroof? Do I want the V8? Do I want the V6? Do I want that brand? Am I going to go get this brand? Like, do your research and understand exactly what you're getting for the money you're paying for. If this guy here is 600K and this guy's $1 million, there's a big reason for that. There is a big reason for that. You often, those types of people, they pay the least, expect the most. It's not going to work that way. When have you ever gotten something really cheap and gone, going to crush it now. This is the best thing I've ever bought. Doesn't happen that often. Yes, you find the gems. Okay, I'm not saying all cheap builders are fucking shit. Okay, there might be a new up-and-comer that's a great builder and he's just trying to get his foot in the door and get that new project. Cool, go for that. But just do your due diligence. I think owners have a huge level of responsibility when selecting the right builder.
Yeah, of course.
And then
it doesn't,
that puts pressure. That puts pressure.
You're just deflecting the...
No, but okay, let's go back. That puts pressure then on everything on the industry because then that trade has gone in so cheap. He's going to then go try find the cheapest. Sorry, that builder's gone in cheap. He's going to go out and try find the cheapest prices so he can make $1 as well. Now, imagine they got rid of owner builders, then there would technically be an influx of work out there.
How many people do you reckon build owner builders?
I couldn't tell you, but let's just pretend it's 100,000. I don't know. But there would be an influx. Say you can no longer do owner builders. There should be an influx of work, creating more competition.
How many houses get built a year?
I don't know. I don't look at these stats.
Like,
I wouldn't know. I'll tell you, 4.
No, but
I'm building them all. Like, I don't know.
It'd be 1 million-ish.
No, I think I think it's like hundreds of thousands. I think we need to hit a target of like 1 million, and we're building like 150.
In Australia, around 170, 180,000.
That's Australia. That's fuck all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fuck all for what we actually need to do. So someone comes out and says, cool, no more owner builders. Now, everyone that has to build through a registered builder. That will, in effect, create more competition. You should be getting more competitive pricing. You should be getting the right people in to do the job. That's it. Instead of a job taking you 3 years, you'll be in and out in 10 months. You will get a job done properly. You'll get you get a person that holds the warranties, that looks after the home.
So it's 40,000.
Sorry?
So it's almost 25%.
41.
40,000 owner builders.
Well, there you go. So 40,000 projects.
That's way more than I thought it was going to be.
There you go. 40,000 projects hit the market tomorrow. Okay, there you go. Okay, great. Let's go. They will get a product that they're happy with. They'll get a product that they can move into that has warranties associated with it, that has peace of mind. If they do their due diligence and select the right builder, okay, like the building industry, there's this misconception that it's dodgy. Right? I still haven't met one of these dodgy builders. I haven't met a person that's going out there with the intent to screw over their client.
I don't think they have the intent.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not, but it's also even the knowledge. I'm still yet to meet some of them. Do they exist? Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. I'm sure there are builders out there that shouldn't be registered. There are probably builders out there that make mistakes, that try and cover it up, that are tight asses and want to use the cheapest materials and the cheapest trades. Yes, they exist. But that exists in all facets of business. There is a cheap florist. There is a cheap dentist. There is a cheap fucking butcher and media agency. Okay, we often talk about the quality of the content that you create versus the bloke that charges $50 a video. And you're like, what? Someone comes to you and says, hey, Robbie, why am I paying you $2,000 for this video? You know this has a 32 megapixel camera. I could just do that. Robbie, I just got a 3 million view video that I filmed on my phone. Why am I going to pay you $2,000 to make me a video? Why? Can you do a better video than me? But I can do one. That's what's facing now. Imagine you said there was a law that came out said, no, you have to employ a quality person to do a registered person to do video content. That's probably not a good example, but I'm just ranting now. I'm just ranting.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? I feel that, yes, I still think it would be a positive change for the space in the industry. And look, maybe there needs to be, not maybe. I'm out doing these Builder Elite events and look, I make a lot more money in my construction company than I do the events and training space. But you know, there has been a huge element of me genuinely wanting to go out there and help builders and help improve the industry. As much as I say, yes, this is about me making money and making my legacy and doing all that sort of stuff. Yes, obviously it's a business, it's not a charity. But there is a level that builders do need, not just the tick and flick. I genuinely believe that when you get registered and you get your license, they go, here you go, your license, it's a license to fail. The responsibility lies on the builder now to then become the best business owner and understand the trade.
No, you're wrong.
Why not?
I don't. I 100% disagree with you.
On what basis? How?
That's how every single thing works.
With
it's
what?
not. You didn't go to business school. You went to building school.
Yeah.
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 They don't teach you to be a business owner.
No, that's
right.
right.
To build.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
no one teaches you how to be a business owner.
Yeah, but then how do they learn then?
Hey,
how do they learn?
That's not their problem.
Who? The builders?
The VBA or
no. Yeah, but there should be. Okay, so then there needs to be something. Yeah, but you're talking about a profession.
But every single business.
I know. The difference
dentists are the same.
Yeah,
they teach you how to be a dentist.
Yeah,
they don't teach you how to.
When was the last time you gave your dentist $500,000 to do your teeth? The difference is with our industry is it's often the consumer is investing their entire life savings with this person. It's huge. It's the biggest investment most people will ever make in their life is in a family home.
But they do teach you how to manage the funds.
They don't teach shit. I've done all the courses.
They don't teach you how to pay trades.
No, never.
Hey,
I've got I know people that pay people manually one by one through their net banking.
No, I'm not talking about how to use NetBank. I'm talking about the actual process of payment terms and blah, blah, blah. They don't teach you any of that. Contracts.
Never.
Hey?
Not once. Unless the curriculum has changed in the last... Master Builders... No, I disagree.
What?
Master Builders... No, I disagree. Unless they're... Unless the curriculum's changed in the last few years.
They're not going to teach you how to do business.
Yes, but this is where the shortfall is in the industry. As I said, it's a huge problem in the space.
But you become, they don't say to say you're licensed now, go build on your own and open a business. You are licensed to build.
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
that's it.
That's right.
They have no responsibility in you going out and
so what's their solution to the industry problem? Like as a governing body,
what's the industry problem?
As a governing body, they're just going, no, we've done our checks and balances. So you know how to build.
What's the industry problem?
I think the problem here is most builders are excellent at their trade. They're excellent practitioners. They can build a home with their hands tied behind their back, with a blindfold on. They're really good practitioners, really smart, educated guys in construction. The moment they get their license, they have to stop being that person. They have to stop being that practitioner and stop managing the site. So maybe at the beginning, okay, I get it, your first job, you got to get under control, do all that sort of stuff. But then they need to start stepping away and starting to educate themselves, whether it's through myself, whether it's through other courses, other people.
That with everything.
I know, but then perhaps because this is such a big ticket item in the country, like construction, I don't know what it contributes to GDP or however much it employs. It's quite decent. That's partly the reason why it was never shut down during COVID is because it employed so many people. Now, and that just exposed how big the problem was, is half of these businesses couldn't sustain the pressures from COVID. And yes, they were extreme, but they just highlighted the leaking bucket. I was victim of that too. But I think once they need to put some more emphasis on improving them, on improving that business acumen, whether it's part of the curriculum to get your building license. Maybe that is part of the solution. I don't know. Or they just say, hey, everyone go see George before you fucking build your first house. I don't know. Something needs to happen because, as I said, it's such a big thing that people are investing with these people. And like, that's when you should get nervous as a consumer. Hey, I'm going to give $1 million. I'm going to give $800,000, which has taken me 20 years to save up for me and my wife, to this bloke who's a great builder but can't fucking get a root in a brothel with a handful of 50s, as the saying goes.
Is that the saying?
I think so.
It's
Like, that's a problem. Like, I don't know. I would feel nervous doing that just because this guy knows how to build. If he can't manage his cash flow, he can't manage his trades, he doesn't know how to get new business or continue the business or price properly or do any of that budgeting, forecasting.
Contradicting yourself.
I'm not. I'm saying
Well, you just said you would question giving the money to a builder, but people should not be allowed to own a build.
No, because there's builders out there that know how to build and are very good. There is plenty of builders. I'm not saying that the whole industry is like
I can't believe it's 20%, 25% of the
there you go.
homes. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
We would lose a lot of houses if they stopped it.
In what way?
As in those 40,000 homes, you reckon they would still build 40,000 homes?
Not all of them, no.
Definitely not.
Yeah, not all of them. But there would be still a decent percentage.
What, 10,000?
No, I don't know.
Even if it's half, 20,000?
Yeah, I think it would
Still
be
20,000 homes less.
I think it would be half. Yeah, that's right.
That's more than 10% of the total amount of the year.
But I'd probably dare say that most of those homes wouldn't be built the way they should be built. Coming back to all the points I just highlighted, I'm not going to go through them again.
Yeah, I know.
But arguably, either half of those or those people that can't afford it, well, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Live in your house, paint it, put a new kitchen in. Like, you can't afford to build. All right, the same way you can't afford to drive a Ferrari every day, well, fucking drive a Honda. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You cannot afford it. That's the consequence.
All right, what's the compromise for when you think an owner built, like both avenues could exist? What is it that would have to happen?
I think for this to happen and continue in a way that was sustainable and made sense to economy, to people, there would have to be either an authority or a person that has to do mandatory checks at least, 5 to 10 stages of the build. You cannot go and put your roof on until the roof is inspected and the roof plumbing is passed. You cannot put plaster on until all the electrical, all the plumbing, all the everything has been inspected and passed.
Can I ask, what if, so 40,000 a year, of those 40,000, how many do you reckon have significant problems?
I'd say every single one of them would have significant problems. I don't know. Every one of them would have problems.
Yeah, but I think like 90% of houses have some level.
I got them on my jobs.
Yeah.
That happens. That's the nature of the beast. That's what I'm saying. There's so many elements that are coming together that need to work together.
It's just like this thing didn't work, or that didn't work, or this item failed.
Every day I got an email from my architect. He's like, hey, this pipe's in the wrong location. So, cool, we'll pull it out and move it in the right location. Like, shit happens. And that's also, mind you, that wasn't done wrong. It was just interpretation. That's what that was. But regardless, I think the vast majority of them would. I think at least 50%.
Significant.
Yeah. I think at least 50% of those people would have huge issues on their jobs because they do not know what the fuck they're doing.
Don't you think if that was the case, then it would be...
No, perception. They think it's going to be cheaper. I can do this. I've watched the block. I can make this.
I'm talking about regulations now.
Yeah.
Because that creates ongoing problems.
Which? The regulation?
No, if there's significant issues, houses fall over, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Don't you think they would then regulate it better?
No, they're duds. We just established that at the start of this episode.
No, I'm talking about vicroads.
They're all fucked though.
Hey?
Who's going to regulate? Like, the people regulating, who do you think that is? It's government. It's a government authority of some sort. The Building and Plumbing Commission. That's the governing body for our industry. They're the ones that give out licenses. They're the ones that will give you a stamp and say, here you go, build your house.
Do you think they teach you everything you need to know to build?
No, you still need work experience. So that's a thing.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things where, like, you can't learn everything from theory.
No, that's right. That's right. When I say work, I mean, like, as I said, most builders are on the tools. They're on site. They've managed or they've managed projects. So if you're not a physical person, like, I've never been on the tools, as in I've been on the tools but never been a qualified trade, but I've managed projects in the tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. So that in effect has helped me and made me qualified. But physically building, I haven't. And that's what a lot of those people don't build. Like, they don't have that compression algorithm to get all that experience in the space of a 4-month course. That's where it's going to struggle.
So so the solution is...
Look, I think, yes, that will help them having some level of education in the space or knowledge or passing a test or doing some shit, yes, that would help. I think also having those mandatory inspections at certain stages, so that perhaps they pay a certain consultant $10,000 for the build, like it's just a set fee. These are the 5 inspections. It's $2,000 per inspection, and you have to pass it before you can go on to the next stage.
Why do you think project management has become its own thing?
Well, I don't understand.
So, like, you know how there's people who are project managers? So the client will hire a project manager to engage a builder.
Yes. Okay. So I think that's great. I actually don't mind that at all. I think that's a good aspect, because if I was a high-level executive building my home, I'm doing deals, doing whatever I need to do over here. I don't understand construction. I'm a banker. I'm a butcher. Whatever I'm doing. I don't understand. Like, he's just said to me, he sent me a variation because, the plumbing stack is wrong. What the fuck's that mean? You sort it out.
Plumbing stack?
I don't know, whatever. It could be anything. All the stack work for your plumbing pipes, all that sort of shit. He doesn't know. Doesn't get that shit. So he goes to the person, project manager, you understand construction? Yes, I do. Can you manage a builder? Yes, I can. Cool. When he sends me a variation, can you assess it and make sure it's in accordance with the industry standards, with the current rates, with the current pricing of market materials, all that sort of stuff? Yes, I can. All right, cool. Then I'm willing to pay you $5,000, $10,000 a month to manage my project. So people do that. We often have project managers, and that can often be an architect as well. So we work with plenty of architects that will be the superintendent or project manager for the client. They assess our claim. They assess variations. We go to them for advice if we have any questions on the job, which always come up. We do meetings with them on site. We show them things. We say, hey, what do you want to do here? What do you want to do there? Can we move this wall over here? Can we move that there? Yes, you can. So I think a project manager can be, depending on the complexity of the project, can be a really valuable tool on a job and worth its money. Like, they should pay for themselves at the end of the job with the savings and things that they can bring up with the builder and between the client as well. And it keeps the builder and client arm's length as well, which I think can be good too, advantageous.
As in, you're further away from the client.
Yeah, it's like removes a bit of emotion from it. Say, no, the builder isn't ripping you off. This is a genuine cost. All right, I've looked at it myself. Like, he's right in what he's saying. Or the builder could come in and say, hey, you want to put this variation thing? He's like, hey, come on. You and me both know that this isn't a variation. You got to wear it. It's in your contract. It says it here. Oh, yeah, okay. So it can keep both parties honest and on the right track.
If they did change the regulation to say that you could do that thing, and they were like, George,
do which? Have
inspections.
Yep.
And they're like, George, you can earn $10,000 for doing 10 inspections on this job. Would that interest you?
No, I won't do it.
Why?
It's not worth my time. I make more money here.
10, what's it like? You're going to spend 5 hours.
I don't want to. Get someone else to do it.
20,000. How much does it pay you?
$1 million.
$1 million.
No, like if I wanted something low risk that I could come in and do 10 homes a month, maybe it's.
I'm not saying become your only thing.
No.
I'm saying, would you be interested in that?
Perhaps, maybe, I don't know. But again, I'd look at where my time is best spent. If I have to go on site and inspect for 2 hours, then come back to the office and write a report for 2 hours or a day, it takes a day out of my month. Is that worth it for me for $2,000? Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see people doing it. Yeah, maybe it's a matter of getting a registered builder to come in and do the inspection so they don't have to hire a private body to do it. I don't know. But I would feel more comfortable if there were things like that in place then. Might be an opportunity for the owner builder to ask questions and say, okay, look, I'm about to do this. What do you recommend? What should I do here? What should I do here? How do
but
I
then
do
if
this
it became
detail?
a thing of like consulting, then they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but that's what yeah, exactly. But maybe they could just ask quick questions whilst there. I don't know. But yeah, that's right. Something could come into place to make it better, yes. So am I completely dismissive? I think the system as it is at the moment, even then, I would still argue and say you're better off getting a builder. I would still say that, even with those checks and balances in. I would say overall, I believe you will still be better off getting a proper reputable builder to do your home. But if you have some more checks and balances in, I think it would help the space and people that maybe couldn't afford to build their home to build it.
What would have to happen for you to buy a home that was built by an owner builder?
The owner builder would have to be a registered builder. As in, he's just building his own home. No, I wouldn't buy it. I just wouldn't trust it. Would you buy a kit car would you buy a car that was a Ferrari? Would you buy a Ferrari that was built by a person in the back of his shed?
No, but you're no, I wouldn't.
Why?
But
It's still a Ferrari, all genuine parts. He put it together.
So I'll explain what I'm thinking. Your thoughts, there's a level of contradiction.
Yeah,
Because you're saying that you'd only buy it if a licensed builder bought it, and you're saying that licensed builder aren't trained correctly.
no, I wouldn't buy an owner builder home.
Would you buy one bought by a licensed builder?
I'd feel more comfortable, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know how to build.
Yeah, but you just
Like, let's say if I built my own home and then I sold it, like that's technically, even though I'm a builder, that's technically owner builder, but effectively it's the same as any other construction project I've got. So what I'm saying is I wouldn't buy an owner builder home.
if you build your home and you build it through the company,
yeah, but it's still considered. No, mate, it depends on the tax benefits. I don't know.
also like insurance license, like a liability, 10 years.
Maybe. Yeah,
That
you're
goes
probably
away,
right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. It only comes into play if I sell it.
Oh, so you have to get insurance
At the end of the project, you'll have to get home warranty insurance and pay for it, I believe.
as an owner builder.
Yes, but not
Oh,
during
that's not
not
bad.
during construction. Yeah, so you still want to have the issues? Fuck no,
No,
man.
you don't want to have the
telling
issues,
ya.
but the fact that they're willing to warrant it, it mustn't be
No.
that bad.
No, it's that bad. I'm telling you, man.
No, but
you wouldn't want to ever buy a home that's fucked.
Hey?
You wouldn't ever want to buy a home that's fucked. Nothing's worse.
Yeah, but like everything's fixable.
Yeah, knocking it down to do it again.
Yeah, but like everything's fixable. That's worst case scenario.
But also the home warranty it's capped. It's not, you don't get $1 million to build your home again. The max payout on any single policy is like 300 grand or some shit like that.
Isn't it?
Something.
Is it?
Yeah. Because
Isn't
it doesn't
based on the
it doesn't
build?
account on it is, but it doesn't account for a full rebuild. It's on the basis that, you've got these defects, well, this is what it's going to cost you. I don't know. I actually don't know the full. I'm sure there's some differences with the policy from an owner builder, but I just don't know. I've never looked into it.
I don't know. But if you're a builder and you feel like you don't know enough, you know what I mean? And you do feel and agree with George and say that, they have kind of left you hanging out to dry and left you dangling in the wind. You're like, oh,
There's something that they could do.
yeah. Hey,
There's something that they could do.
there's definitely something that they could do. Do you want to give us the dates for the next upcoming Builder Summit, please, George? Because we do have one coming up and it's not too far away. This episode will air the week of Christmas. So
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas for a couple of days.
Look, at this stage, we're TBC, but it's looking like the 25th of February, Wednesday. Wednesday, the 25th of February, guys. Keep it free. Keep it free. The Builder Summit is coming to Melbourne. It is actually going to be, and I'm going to say it here for the very first time, it is going to be our biggest Builder Summit ever.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Ever. Pressure's on, Robbie.
Who knows?
It is going to be our biggest one, the biggest crowd you have ever seen. Champagne will fall from the ceilings. Confetti will rain down on everyone. It is going to be an amazing event.
I'm gonna flick the flame right back at you. It's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Muslim.
Haram. It's haram. Is haram just bad? Is that what it means?
Haram? Yeah, it's like this is against. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
That's haram. That's
haram.
bad.
Don't do it. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. I think if this is going to be the biggest Builder Summit, right? We got to make it the biggest Builder Summit.
You're damn straight.
And I believe I'm going to do everything in my part. Like, we're going to do everything. But I think you need to do something on your side too.
I'm going to do it. Let's consider it done. Consider it done. Whatever Robbie says next is happening. Whatever Robbie says next is happening. That's
I'm
how much
just saying,
faith I have in his ability and in our ability.
It's the Christmas spirit. This is Christmas week.
We should be giving.
It's
the week of giving.
Wednesday night to Christmas Eve. So you're listening to this just before Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And the more I sit here and we talk, the more I think you look like Santa.
Oh, I know. It's getting whiter and whiter each year.
The beard's getting whiter and whiter.
Maybe I dye it. Maybe I'll go down. Maybe I'll fight the aging battle.
Oh yeah, not Diet White.
I'll go the other way.
I thought you were.
I was going the other way, but yes.
I thought you were getting in the.
I got to get in the Christmas spirit. I haven't shaved for about 3 weeks.
Tis the season.
It is the season.
So,
Okay, now I regret doing whatever Robbie says next.
I'm not saying we're going to give anyone specific anything, but maybe, just maybe, and you can decide what it is. Maybe you want to decide now. Maybe you want to decide later. Maybe you want to do this live. But I think we should give something in the fact that we've announced this on the week of Christmas. I think there should be some giveaway.
That's a great idea.
For the people. You have to be there to win it, obviously.
Of course.
Let's not be silly.
Of course.
But we want it to be the biggest event. It's going to be the biggest event, and we're going to give away the biggest prize. Do you have something in mind that you can, on the spot right now, George, that I'm throwing you under the bus, I know, but do you have something in mind, Santa, that you can maybe play, a late Christmas present for the people who sign up, because the link will be live by the time this airs. So the link will be live.
So you got to sign up.
We'll plug it in the description.
Hey, it's going to be it's going to be a free event. Okay, so I don't need your money. But if you do want to spend money and get an exceptional experience, you can get gold and VIP
some
tickets.
Bonuses. Yeah,
there are bonuses there. Some of which Robbie will be working with you directly on. I tell you what, you got to get there. That's the first step. You got to register.
So register.
Register is the very first step.
Get there.
Get there. You have to go. The first person.
Oh, you're gonna do it like that? I thought you were gonna do a name draw.
Nah, let's get
Like
some action. Let's take some action.
Okay.
So the very first person that goes to the back of the room and says to Renee, who will be at the back of the room, okay, and says, $1 million days rocks my world. You have to say it like that. $1 million days rocks my world. That is the key phrase. Renee will give you a special prize.
You're not going to say what it is?
I can't tell you what it is. Renee will give you a special prize.
I reckon we should do a... Yeah, no, let's just leave it at that. That's like,
I mean, you put me on the spot.
I did put you on the spot.
I don't know what the prize is going to be yet.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be sick.
Of course. It's going to be... I can't tell you. But I'll tell you after we kill off these cameras. But yeah, link in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, leave us a review.
Yep.
Tell us how good this is. We wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas. I hope 2025
was
has
good.
been the greatest year so far. And I hope 2026, Santa brings you all the prizes that you want.
Go and get it. Go and get it. 26. All right. We're done and dusted. Do we have another episode?
We'll have one more episode before the end of the year.
Okay, we'll talk.
Should we miss a
week?
week? Nah.
No, don't be silly.
Oh, too committed.
Don't be silly.
There will be one more episode, so we will have another episode aired just after Christmas, and that'll be the final episode of 2025. But for now, Merry Christmas, and we hope the next time we see you, you're enjoying your break.
Speak soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.